Hey y'all, Jessie Petersen here with Let's Make Art. I'm a mixed media artist and I love art journaling, and I have a fun project for you today. It is this one. This is Keenan. Thank you, Keenan.
Hello.
We're calling this Follow Your Dreams or Frame Your Dreams, because what we're going to do is kind of cool journaling technique within that frame. We've been working in the Once Upon a Time theme, where we're just escaping to a land far away.
Far, far away.
I think it's fun to just, kind of escape in that and have a good time with this theme. Let's see. Okay, I want to tell you about the prompt that we're going to do.
Okay.
Let's take a minute to be young at heart and create a page where your dreams come true. Can you picture your happily ever after? Is there anything that is happening right now that you never dreamed would really come true? Are there other possible schemes you are still hoping will unfold? Try to capture these ideas in your journal. So not too serious, just kind of a fun one to play around with. And let me tell you about this lights, because the one reason why this is fun is because we're going to use Stickles.
I love Stickles.
This is that glitter gel that we've been having a good time with.
So shiny.
Isn't that fun?
So shiny.
Love it. And it's not messy because it's all the good glitter in a gel form.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what you see here, all this shiny stuff. So we're going to do a really fun background with our paint. We're going to do Dina Wakley's sky and sand, and we're going to mix those around for that background. We're also going to use black for this border, and we are going to be using this jelly roll pen for some of this accent and the journaling on the black frame there. And we will use collage paper, and we'll use this palette knife to use Yes Paste to get that on there. And you can either use what comes in your subscription box, or we got this big Mama Jamma right here,
which
that I like to use.
Is a very long-lasting Mama Jamma.
It is. It really is. I'm going to just put that right there. Okay, did I say all the things? Oh, we're going to use a round 8, and I got 2 round 8s here, in case I needed options. And the oval mop brush, Mavis. Mavis,
which I believe she's really our fairy art mother. Yes. In brush form.
And we're also going to use, I'm going to use a Pitt pen. You can use whatever black pen you want to outline the shoe, this little glass slipper that we're going to do. And I think that's it.
Okay.
So are you ready? Are we ready?
I'm
ready
ready.
To get started?
We're ready.
Let's take a deep breath. Let's have fun. Sometimes I need to remember to take a deep breath so I can relax and realize we're doing art journaling here. This is going to be a good time. Another thing that you'll need, I forgot to say, is graphite paper. So when we trace our shoe on there, you'll need that. Alrighty, let's see.
All right.
Yeah, and we've been cutting out of this collage paper, so we still have some words in there we can use.
Yeah, we do. They're not all redacted.
No. Okay, so I'm just going to set this aside and bring over my blank journal. I've got a clip here, which is also available on Let's Make Art. I love having a clip to keep my pages down. We're going to start with just the background, mixing our sky and the sand. I just really had a lot of fun thinking about this theme this month and just kind of the projects that I thought we could do. And I think I said this before in another tutorial, it kind of reminds me of the Momentary Wonder projects that we did last year, where you kind of just have fun being a kid and playing again. I think we were all artists as children, and then that inner critic kind of gets in the way,
Yep.
So this is kind of a fun way to get back in touch with our kind of some childlike joy in some way.
Yeah, let those creative juices flow again.
Yeah.
Freely.
So I'm just going to use my oval mop brush because I want to kind of do this cloud-like sort of texture in there. And this roundness of this brush is really going to help me achieve that. So I'm just going to start putting that down. I think it's neat, like when you're a kid and you're sort of looking forward to the future, just that fun excitement and anticipation that you have in those different stages of life is a fun thing to kind of reconnect with.
I don't think there's any better way to reconnect with childhood creativity than just creating.
Right? I think that too. Okay, I'm going to put a little more sand on my brush and less of the blue to get this kind of vibe going. Rinse off some of that blue. I really want this just sand. So I'm just going to round off some of these layers like this to get that kind of cloud feeling. And then I think I want that cloud kind of shape down here as well. And you can play around with the translucency that you're laying down, like you can water it down in some spots, and then when you layer back over like some of the blue, then you'll kind of get that idea of the clouds being a little see-through in some places. So I think that's kind of fun to play with. So I'm going to water down the sand a little bit more so these clouds over here can be a little more translucent. And it's okay to leave some white space too for the blue and some of the page maybe to shine through. That's fine. Okay, now I'm going to switch back to our blue that's sort of mixed with the sand, kind of a fun, warmer blue color. I'm already feeling more relaxed when I'm painting. It's so cool how that happens. I think when I start painting, I breathe a little slower, and that just kind of slows down your whole nervous system. Isn't that cool?
It is cool. That's why I like to do washes, because you're actively using your brain, but in a peaceful, calm way, and it's so creative because, well, it feels super creative to me, but I just love the colors and how they mix and how they change as they dry. I just love that. That's why I love washes.
In watercolor or just in general? Or?
In general, because if I'm not as good with acrylic mixing washes, but watercolor does a lot of the work for me.
Yeah.
And I love that.
So I'm just having fun getting some of this paint down, layering it around.
Those are very cool, magical clouds.
Thanks.
It's fun to listen to the brush too.
It is. It's calming.
It is.
I think. Because when you hear the brush, that means you're just quiet and having a good time. That sound is a good reminder. So the key to this is just playing with different translucencies, layering over some spots, kind of using that edge of your brush to create those sort of cloudy vibes. You know, like here we have one layer over the tan, and now I'm going to go back over with a darker layer and hit it a different way. So we're building up some layers of those clouds. See that?
Yeah.
And I like the idea of this one kind of almost changing hue in that corner, so it's not quite as green, more of that blue. And I'm kind of mixing different percentages of these two colors, so it's not too flat. Like, you know, like I said, that's a little darker in there. It could be a little lighter in other places. That'll kind of add interest to our background. But if that stresses you out, don't worry about it. Just go for it. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, it might happen naturally, depending on how much paint you have on your brush.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives it a moving feeling.
Yeah.
Alive.
Just like the clouds moving.
Just like
This is one of my favorite brushes because of all the things you can do with it and how it just softens edges so well. I love that.
Mavis is the old trusty.
She's magical.
Magical.
Magical Mavis.
That's her street name. Where she deals art. She's an art motivation dealer.
Art motivational speaker.
Art motivational speaker.
Also known as Magic Mavis.
Also known as Magic, yes.
Now, if you had white paint available to you, you could mix some of that in, and this could be a kind of a brighter. But I kind of like this sand because then when we do put white on her, it's white over top of this. It's really going to stand out and not get lost. So that's kind of nice about playing in this sort of tonal place. Oh, a little paint on me. It's all right. A little paint never hurt.
Jesse, we've seen a lot of your project colors, but I just had a question.
Yeah.
When you paint, do you lean towards brighter colors or darker colors?
It's totally dependent on my mood.
That's cool.
Totally. And I think that's one thing I feel like I kind of struggle with, which isn't a real struggle. It's just like mentally, I think it is like, well, all my work doesn't look the same. Like I don't have like a, that's
style.
Jesse's stuff. Like sometimes because I feel like I'm always wanting to explore new things and I'm always trying new colors and combinations. And I've kind of just gave myself permission to be that now and
That's
not
cool.
worry about it.
Yeah.
But, when Heidi did that video with me, we talked about color a little bit, and she really likes bright colors. And part of her life struggle with narcolepsy is that she's tired, so she likes colors that energize her. And we had a really nice conversation about that, and I think that it's important to know like the reasons why you're drawn to certain colors. And I am kind of more high strung, and so I kind of lean towards, for the most part, calmer colors because I'm looking for more calm, kind of feeling.
Peace.
Yeah, and so when I buy art, I'm usually buying a piece of art that's calm because I want my house and home to feel that way. But when I'm making art, sometimes I want to get those more energetic feelings out. And so I have kind of both of those things going on. Does that make sense?
Cool. It does make sense. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. But I hope nobody feels stuck like they have to do a certain thing because of his style or whatever. I mean, that's the beauty of art journaling, is that we can explore things and it's not for public viewing and we can just do whatever. And I think that's why I like art journaling too, because I don't have to categorize it or make it mean anything except for whatever I was feeling that day.
That's excellent. I was just going to say, I think that's one of the good reasons. Like, I wish I was good at drawing pencil art.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that I'm good at all, but I enjoy it, and so I love looking at pencil art. But if I were to explore it, I think that part of exploring something you want to learn has a massive benefit because you might discover something you never knew about and you want to try.
Yeah. Yeah, and there may be a learning curve there, and you may not be great at it at the beginning, but how rewarding is it to do something that you were terrible at in the beginning and then see growth? I mean, that's really cool. So we shouldn't be afraid to grow in new ways either.
Agreed.
Just adding a little bit more to this. You could do this for a while, like just having a good time playing with these layers. It's so fun. I think I'm almost there. Oh, it's so fun. I think I want more. Now that we built some texture in there, I want a little bit more lighter value in here for the most part. And cover up some of those Oh yeah, I'm liking that. I just like how the edge of this brush makes a nice cloud-like edge. It's just so fun.
Just a natural cloudy feeling.
The old cloud brush.
The old cloud brush. Ah, the old cloud brush is back in town, I see. Leaving its mark all over the paper.
Like it. So yeah, I kind of played with the value of that cloud back and forth with these. I think we're good, because it's just a background.
Yeah.
We're going to do a lot more fun things with this. So I'm going to hit this with a heat gun just for fun for a minute.
It is fun to use the heat gun.
It is. Or you could stop and get a snack. That's also acceptable.
Equally as acceptable.
We had peanut butter Rice Krispies for snacks today.
Which are delightful.
I'm going to dry the back side of my paper too, so that air is really flowing through the whole page. I just think it's so cool how much this paper can take in these journals. Such good quality paper. So we put a lot of paint on there.
Each page now weighs 2 pounds.
Okay, maybe not that much paint, but you could. Like, I bet you could get
It'd be
more
interesting
layers.
to see layers and layers of paint be peeled off a piece of paper. I don't know if it's possible, but it would be super cool. I just had an idea. I don't know if it'll work. What if, hear me out, what if you get wax paper, paint over said wax paper, when it dries, nope, that wouldn't work. It would just crack.
I don't know. You should just try it. See what happens.
You're right.
Get these ideas on paper, Keenan.
Classic.
I'm just going to challenge you to do that. Okay, now we're going to use our outline. And sometimes when you have an outline like this, I mean, I think it's okay to just cut it out so we can see better where we're placing it on our page. So I'm going to do that. Cutting out my glass slipper, because I want to get it right where I want it.
One size fits all.
Yes, I mean, this looks like it's not particularly small. I know that Cinderella, it only fit her because she had like the smallest feet or something, right?
Yeah.
But I wanted to represent a more inclusive size of shoe.
Okay.
All right. So I think this is a good spot for my shoe, and I just like cutting it out so I can kind of more visualize where it's going to be. So I'm thinking I like that because my border's going to be here. I'm going to come around with my swooshes, magic swoosh.
Swooshes.
Swooshes. Magic trail. I don't remember what we called it last time we were talking about that.
We call it path, magic path.
Magic path. Then that makes me want to sing David Bowie songs.
I don't know those. Those are vintage.
Dance, magic dance. I heard that. And just because you know who David Bowie is doesn't mean like you lived during that time or whatever.
That's true.
So I take that old joke and I raise you. Okay, I'm going to have to clip my paper down. This is why clips are great. And this is my graphite paper and the shiny side down. So if you haven't used that before, that's the part that's going to transfer the outline for you. All right, and I'm just going to use my pen that I brought with me, but if you have a colored pen, it will help you kind of know what you traced and what you didn't. That might be helpful. I'm just going to try to remember.
Maybe make mental quadrants of the shoe.
What are you saying?
I don't know. Maybe pretend like there are straight lines creating 4 squares. That way you don't have to lift the graphite paper. You just internally memorize what you've marked. Just trying to come up with ideas to help.
I like it. I started concentrating and I can't talk and draw at the same time. So.
I get that.
I had an art teacher who, like, it was very obvious. As soon as a paintbrush or a pen hit the paper when he was describing something, he would stop talking. Mr. Bill Nelson was my first art teacher. He was amazing. Did I get it all? What do you think? Did I get it?
I think you got it.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Oh, gotta unclip that. And if you clip it really hard, it might leave a mark like that. That's all right. We're fine with it.
Still looks cool.
We can paint over it too. It's all right. Okay, so now that we got that, we can add the black lines with a pen. That'll be fun. And I kind of stylized mine, so I did sort of a thick and thin outline, which I think helps if you don't have a true steady hand, which comes with practice, but you can always work around that by thickening your lines in places if you need to. And then, like I've said before, if it doesn't feel natural at that angle, then turn your paper. I'm trying to keep this in the spot that I know Keenan wants me to keep it.
You're doing a really good job.
Thank you.
Nice.
Get it all, yeah, so then you can kind of come back in and thicken some spots up if you like. I like the idea of this one kind of having a little thicker, because maybe it's shadowing the inside a little, whatever. And then maybe I want the bottoms to have a little bit thicker. Oh. I stopped and I left a little dot, but that's okay because I can just come back around and pick that up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, like that.
Lovely.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so next step where we're going to, let's do our border. That'll be fun. Or, yeah, we'll do our border and then we can do our highlight on our, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I just did that border, just started out right along here and then up and then down or over. So I'm gonna start my first line. I like to think about how much air I'm leaving down here. So I'm gonna, oh, I didn't bring a pencil. Is there a pencil over there?
I have a pencil.
Can I have that pencil?
I just sharpened it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect. Yeah, if you want, having a pencil at this juncture would be nice. Okay, so on this side, my border is going to go off the page, but on this side, my border is going to stop, and I'm going to have it stop right around. Let's see if my ruler is here at 1. Starting there, my border is going to stop around 8.5. So if that helps, but you don't have to get that precise. You could just do whatever you want. So Just gonna do a pencil line there. And then I did it about, let's see, what did I do? Yeah, like a 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna measure a 1/4 inch here, another one. What did I do? Yeah, 1/4. So this will help you make that straight line parallel with the one that we just drew. If I can remember where a 1/4 is on my, on my ruler. Okay, so then we'll connect those dots that we drew. Wait, that looks wrong. Let's see. Yep, I changed my spot.
Happens.
Do
Just
that
a
again.
thing.
It's all right. Doing it in pencil is helpful.
That's true.
You can sometimes erase some of those graphite lines with a pencil too. This one's pretty dark, but it might fade out a little bit. If you want to do that while you got your eraser out. All right. So there's just a glare on my ruler, so I'm trying to keep my head out, but also trying to see what I'm doing. So we're going to do that line right there. And then we're going to put our dot in. There we go.
Nice. I used to make knives, and the metal that I would use was a 1/4 inch thick.
Oh. What kind of knives?
Well, I would do, there are different styles of knife for like the shape of the belly of the blade.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to make one that was specifically for, it's called, I can't remember what it's called, sheep something, but it's for removing the fur for sheep. Not skinning them violently, but like, you know, using their...
Shearing.
Shearing, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I did not finish that one very well. So I made knives for a very brief period of time. Because it's much more difficult and time consuming than I had expected.
I would imagine that.
Still pretty fun though.
My dad got into blacksmithing and doing cool things like that. I remember one of his friends did some metal roses, and depending on the temperature that they put in the, what do you call that fire pit thing that they turn, it would change the color of the metal to be
That's
cool.
cool.
So I like really enjoyed seeing them make those things. Okay, so I just measured 1 inch on this side. I'm gonna draw my line. Well, I gotta. You guys don't have to be this precise, but I just try to do what I did before, you know? So it's like, okay, I did a 1 inch from here to there.
Was it a forge? Were you talking about a forge that he would use?
Yes, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I made my own bucket forge out of plaster of Paris and sand, and then I would melt the metal or heat the metal up with charcoal
Cool.
and a hair dryer.
Very cool.
A lot of fun.
Just making things. It's so fun to
It
take
is.
materials and put them together and make something new. It's just so rad. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my head out of the way, but also I can't see that ruler, so.
You're right.
Because if you're looking at your page measuring this way versus right over the top, you're going to mark in a different place, you know?
Every time.
So it's important to be able to see what you're doing there. Okay, so that's a good spot for that line. I just thought, what is a new way that we could do journaling? And I just thought journaling in a border could be fun. So
It is fun.
once you get the outline done, it's really fun to journal in it.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
The end product, I think, will be satisfying. It'll be worth all this measuring, okay? We got this.
Measure once, cut twice.
Well, we're not going to cut it.
Oh. Oh, no. But I did that backwards anyway. Measure twice, paint twice.
Wait, what?
What?
Keenan making jokes.
Wait, Jesse, what did you say?
I thought you would say your joke again so I could laugh at the appropriate time instead of being distracted. I always feel bad that I don't laugh at his jokes right away because it's like I'm doing something like, oh yeah, that was funny. I'm sorry.
That's funny.
But what was your joke? Because I think I missed it.
I was just saying things wrong to see what you would say.
And I was like, wait, what?
You're like, we're not cutting anything.
What's
You're
happening
right.
right
You're
now?
not right. You're not wrong.
I'm concentrating. Yeah, second border, and then this one's gonna be.
Nice.
I can probably just eyeball this one, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'll do a couple lines. It'll be all right.
Man.
Just gonna have my head there for a minute. I'm really sorry. Okay. This could also be just like a really fun, restful zoom through kind of thing where you just listen to some music and
That's true.
zoom through it. All right, we got our border.
Nice.
Okay, we got our border. We did all that, and now we're gonna paint it.
Time to paint it.
I mean, I guess you don't really have to erase those spots because we're gonna paint in there, but it's all right. Let's erase your little guides. Yeah. So at this point you could just paint it or do it with a marker. It's up to you. You could outline it with a marker pen or whatever and then paint it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my outline with the black marker and then paint to that line as best as I can. Just love these pit pins. So nice and precise. No skipping, you know, not this pin. It's not gonna skip.
You can always trust a Brad Pitt pen.
We're on our way to a border here.
Here we go, we three. Oh snap.
What?
This border's almost finished.
It is almost finished. I realized that my pen went a little bit further than that, so I'm
That's
gonna
all right.
come in a little further, just for fun. Oh, okay. Looking good.
Nice.
Like it. Now we can take our round 8 and fill it in with paint. You can make this border thicker or thinner, whatever you like. There's no rules.
No rules in the Wild West.
I'm not going to use a lot of water. I'm just going to use pretty much straight paint because I want that to be really opaque. And you can take your time here, put on your favorite song, and just go to town. Sometimes I like things that are sort of repetitive, just so I can get lost in the brush strokes, you know?
I do understand that.
We did it. Got that black border in. I'm loving it. Just dropped a little bit of water on my page. I'm gonna get that out first. Yes.
Ooh, ooh.
A little concentration, but that's feels good to do that sometimes. I like it. Okay, so next step is we can do our magic swoosh stuff. I think that would be fun.
Yes.
I'm just gonna, this dried pretty quickly, but I'm just gonna make sure it's dry so I don't put my hand in it and move it around. All right. So you can pencil in what kind of shape you want your swoosh to be. I'm gonna bring mine right over here so you can see. So we can kind of do a little loop like this. I don't know if you can see that, but I want to do it light enough where it doesn't show up necessarily when I do it. And I'm coming through the shoe and then around, because I'm just imagining that shoe kind of swishing around, you know?
Yep. That initial loop you made me think of a bass clef in music, and that would be a really cool thing to add in there too.
Yeah. Music magic. I like it. And then I'm just going to come back around here. And just kind of, what do you call that? When those roads and the mountains go back, forth?
Wavy?
No, there's another name for it.
Winding.
Switchbacks.
Oh, the old switchback.
Feels like a little switchback magic. And then I'm going to kind of stop it right in there where I know I'm going to have my words coming across. That's feeling nice. Don't be precious. This is magic. It can go wherever you want it to go. You don't have to think too hard about it. It's going to be cool no matter what. Okay, and we can also add the highlights to our shoes at this point. So I think a little highlight right here, sort of like a comma shape almost, right there. Then a line down the back of the shoe that kind of stops, like right there. And then this whole heel, I feel like, needs a little highlight. So just come in there like that.
Man, that jelly roll pops.
Isn't it cool? And it's because we toned that background. You know, this background makes it maybe look a little muddy, but that white's gonna pop on it. So now we can do a little, sort of a little bracket accent right here. Like that. And maybe a little on the inside here. Just follow this line. Maybe the same on the outside of this. You know, whatever you're feeling. I feel like we should have some right here on the toe going like that. And then maybe like a little triangular piece, like right in here, just how the light might hit the top of the shoe.
What do shoes like this do to your posture? Do they make it?
They make me want to look closer. I want to look closer at that glass slipper. Oh, it's just kind of cool, right?
It is super cool.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, I'm going to let that dry because I don't want to get my hand in there. So I'm going to start with a couple of dots in here. Then I'm going to do a little line. So I think it's kind of fun to alter like the little swishy movement lines with the dots.
Yeah.
But you can do your magic however you want. It's all good. And then little swish, little dot.
That's nice.
Liking that. Then I think that this can be more dots in between there. And then a couple of dots here, and then a swish. That swish got away from me, but I'm gonna make it work for me. Yeah. So if you're like, oh, the curve didn't turn out, just put some more curves in there.
More curves.
There's no limit on curves.
No. The more the better. The old switchback makes that point solid.
Yes. So a little swish, swish. This is probably my favorite part of this. Well, I don't know. I really like journaling on the black too. That's going to be fun. Ooh. You just wait. This is going to be good.
Journaling on the black makes me feel like it's really suave.
Kind of elevates it. Yeah. A little classier maybe. I know this is kind of a silly theme to work in, you know, but I also think it's kind of freeing and fun. So there's ways you want to class it up or makes it feel classy. Having that black, I think, does do that. But it's okay. We can be silly sometimes too. Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. I like to be silly.
It's so fun. Why do we have to be so serious all the time?
Why
right?
So serious?
I'm liking that.
Looks so good.
Thank you. I think I want a good line for movement there. Maybe just following that out, and then we can do some dots around. Yeah. I'm just turning this all over the place to get the right angle. And that's what you should do if that feels good, right for you. Hopefully I'm keeping it where you need it.
Yeah, you're doing a really good job.
Thanks, Keenan. And you don't have to follow whatever switch breaks I have. Whatever works for you is fine. I'm just going for it. I don't even think I did what I did before. I have no idea. I think this one needs like another line in there. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, that looks good.
Now I think that there should be some magic just kind of sprinkling around and maybe dripping here and there. So I'm going to do a little of that. Yes. I like it. And maybe some magic over here, a little magic there. I like it. Okay, now let's do our lettering, our sentiment that we're going to paste down there, and then we'll do journaling at the end. I think that'll be fun to end on the journaling on the black border. And the glitter, of course.
Stickles.
Stickles has got a song now?
Yes.
I'm into it. Follow your dreams, they know the way. And I cut all these up into individual words. You can do that, or you can just do the words together. It's whatever you're going for, it's fine. Oh, I forgot to cut that bottom. Thought I cut it. If you're struggling to cut, oh, get that out of there. I don't want to cut that off. It might be because your blade is dull and it's time to change out your blade. So just know that it shouldn't be too hard. So if it is, make it easy on yourself. Switch your blade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see what I got here. Follow.
We're just cutting those words out.
Mm-hmm. And trimming off that little bit of extra white that was on the side. So we got follow your dreams. Yay! Oop. Trying to get rid of the white part. Got rid of all of it. Oh no, that's not what I need. Get out of there.
Get out of here.
They know. I have like gotten distracted and glued down words in the wrong order before. I like really try. Follow your dreams. They know the way. I have to say it multiple times. And get my scraps out of there. All right. I'm like, I know I got a scrap paper somewhere I can glue on, so we'll do that. Okay.
Little scrap piece of paper is very convenient.
Mm-hmm. So we got follow. Oh, I put this over here where you can see. I'm gonna put it right where my magic stops. I'm gonna glue that down, but I think I'm going to lay out the other ones to see where I want it. Move my stuff where we can see.
If that's more convenient for you right there, Jesse, okay, never mind.
What's that?
I was gonna say you could leave it lower if you want. We can still see it on that top cam.
Okay. I think I like that layout. Might want to move my follow over just a little bit, and because it's yes pace, I got to move it. Still not great. Okay.
Nice.
Now that I kind of have my placement down, I won't be stressed when I put the glue on. So follow your.
That's smart.
Oh, planning it out a little kind of helps.
Follow your way, they know the dreams.
Wait, what?
What? Oh.
Keenan jokes.
They're on a different level from dad jokes.
Oh, yeah.
They're worse.
I think my dad's hilarious. So.
Yeah, your dad is hilarious.
Well.
Oh. Oh, I thought you were trying to pick up the word no, and it was being stubborn.
Tricky.
Tricky, tricky. I think watching you paste things down is just as fun as you paint things.
Really?
Yeah.
I think painting is more fun than pasting, for sure. But I like the look of it.
Yeah, I think it's just fun. Overall.
Okay, I'm going to kick that note to the right a little bit, because then I want the way to kind of fall under, you know, the way. That makes sense.
I like that. That does make sense. This is the way.
This is the way. Quoting Mandalorian. All your dreams, they know the way. There we go. I hope you're having fun with this. I'm having fun with this. And I like it when y'all are having fun with me.
I'm having fun.
Yeah! Okay. Let's do journaling and then glitter, because the glitter is going to take a little bit longer to dry, and if I put my hand down in the glitter, I might be getting glitter everywhere. So I changed the plan. It's okay.
That's okay.
Wait,
That's
no,
what we call a switch
I was
back.
about to do Not the glitter. We're doing journaling. Okay, so let's just think. Remembering when we were younger, looking forward to things with anticipation, like how did that feel? There's something magical about that. And I think one of the things that, in the prompt says, are there things that are in your present moment that were things that you only dreamed of before? And I think that's what I want to journal about. It's like, I want to acknowledge some of the things that I hoped for that I now have.
Okay.
So you could do that. And that could be encouraging because you followed your dreams this far, right? Or if you have something that you still are looking forward to with anticipation and excitement, you can journal about that, or a little bit of both. It's whatever you want. I'm going to write, so many dreams. And I kind of like that my handwriting's like a little sloppy, so it's not like so neat that like you want to zoom in on that part of the journal to read it right away. It's like just a secondary part that you kind of notice afterwards. So don't be precious with this.
Okay. I would think of the things I would write on there would be things that I didn't expect happen, but also I wouldn't have dreamed could happen. So like this kind of job, for example, in my youth, I never expected to be this guy,
An art cheerleader.
An art cheerleader.
And you're the best.
Thank you.
I like that. So you can acknowledge things that you didn't even know you wanted or whatever.
Things that have changed your life for the better that you never expected.
And you can change up your lettering. Like it doesn't all have to be whatever.
I like the white lettering on the black border.
Thanks.
Looks really good. I wish I had neat, sloppy hand writing.
What do you mean?
Well, I have just really sloppy handwriting.
I don't think your handwriting is that sloppy.
Nice.
Yeah. So I put so many dreams have already come true. I put 3 girls. I didn't know that I would have 3 girls. That was like what you were saying, but like it's pretty great. I put thoughts of abundance will lead me to more, and I love the getting to connect with others through creativity is happening here and in my life. I really love that. So these are all good things. Okay, now we can add the glitter. Yeah. Good. And you can get heavy-handed with this, or you can just do a little here and there. It's totally up to you. And you can be strategic with the stars like we have in other projects. Or you can just let them go where they're going to go. Ooh, that got a lot right there. But I'm into it.
Okay. Can you maybe bring that a little to the left? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Man, those Stickles.
Who knew glitter would be so fun?
Who knew?
I mean, these are the kind of things when I think about being an artist and like maybe having my work in a gallery or whatever. These are not the kind of things that I'm like, oh, you know what? I want to put glitter on that. But doing it in my art journal for fun, like, it's so cool. Plus, my daughters think I'm so cool. Because they were like, what did you make at work when I first came up with this? And I was like, I did a glass slipper. And they were so pumped.
That's so cute.
So I think it's okay to get silly and use glitter and have a little fun sometimes. It's all right. We don't want it to be so serious, right?
Totally. I rarely like being serious.
But I hope if this is not your thing, like you're like, all right, this is a little too much glitter for me, or whatever the case may be, that you'll still find elements of this that inspire you to do your own thing. And I want to see that too.
I'm a big fan of glitter.
Glitter, count Keenan in.
Count Keenan in for the glitter.
He's there for it. He's here for it. I mean, there for it, here for it.
Therefore, he's
We're
here for it. Looks
Now
so
I'm just
good.
putting glitter everywhere. Oh my gosh. So fun. So here we go. We made this and we had a lot of fun.
We did have a lot of fun.
We got really concentrated in the making the border concentrated.
Nope,
You know?
concentrated.
And yeah, following our dreams. Thanks so much for hanging out with us and making fun things and just being here and sharing your goodness in the Facebook groups that we have. If you haven't been there, it's Let's Make Art Journals, and you can share what you made. We love to see it. We love to see the different things you do. It inspires us and we love it. Thanks so much for being here, y'all. We'll see you next time.